Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of Crypto Corner, your crypto radar for all of the latest news, reviews, market analysis and tutorials that help you master the cryptocurrencies market. Now, today we're going to look at we're going to do a market roundup as usual. We're going to look at the top coins and their performance, of course, and we're going to look at some of the news. I want to comment on a couple of things. One is about Bitcoin, another one is about Chainlink. So stay tuned. Let's start with the market roundup first. And looking at the overall picture here, we see that there's a lot of red. Of course, Bitcoin is going through a pullback, and this is due to the basically this is in the news. I'm gonna comment on that. Turkey is announcing that they're banning Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. So this is the major news that is actually making this drawback in Bitcoin right now. There's a lot of selling going on, and Bitcoin was at 64,000 just over a day ago, and now it's down back to 60,000. But 60,000 right now is proving to be a support zone. So this is good. Previously, when we were going to 60,000, we were dropping because it was a heavy resistance. Now this is our support zone, and we'll see if we're going to pull any lower than that. I personally don't think so. I feel that now we're going to be stopped at 60. Maybe if we go below 60 at 59,000, we are definitely going to see a lot of accumulation, because even though Turkish people are now scared to buy Bitcoin, there's a lot of other people around the world that are happy to be scooping it at these price levels. With this correction in Bitcoin, which is just around 3% since yesterday, we are seeing that many of the other cryptocurrencies are doing pretty much the same correction. Ethereum, as I said many times, is going hand in hand with Bitcoin most of the time, and today it is doing exactly that, 2.11% correction since yesterday. BNB is going through a slightly bigger correction because it actually pumped quite a lot in the last few days. We can see in the last week it's actually printed 16% gains compared to 14% in Ethereum, 3.76% in Bitcoin. So of course its correction is also slightly bigger because of the bigger pump that it did. It's at $514 right now. XRP is going through a correction on its own as well. It's at 160, around 59 right now. It was 160 just a few minutes ago. 8% correction since yesterday, but it has been performing really well for the whole of this week, and I've talked about XRP in the previous videos. 55% profit gains in the last week. 239% in the last month. Actually, this is quite huge for XRP, and it is because we see now a lot of confidence in many of the investors, a lot of confidence that the SEC court case against Ripple will basically be resolved in a positive way for XRP, for Ripple. So this is why we saw a lot of accumulation happening in XRP, and it is now on my watch list. As I told you in previous videos, I still keep a small bag of XRP, but now I start thinking of possibly getting some more XRP, because we can see that it's starting to gaining strength, and as it gains momentum, we can see even more pumps in XRP. It is known to have huge pumps. I mean, it is still in very low price level, 2600 Satoshi, still below the 3000 Satoshi level. This is a good buy for XRP, and buy, I mean as in accumulation. Anything below 3000 Satoshi is actually a good price, because XRP needs to go to 8000 Satoshi, 12,000 Satoshi. These are my target levels for XRP for selling. And, you know, if it does anything amazing and, you know, surprises me, it could go even to 15 or 20,000 Satoshi. This would be on par with its previous all-time highs. This is against Bitcoin. Of course, against the dollar, its all-time high was, I think it was around $4. I can't really remember, but I think it was around there. In fact, let me just see. All-time high in XRP, it's giving me here $3.92. Okay, so not far from my, I thought it was $4. Pretty much the same thing. So are we going to go to the $4 range? I feel that it's possible, and it's even likely. But are we going to go to its previous all-time high in terms of Bitcoin price, 20,000 Satoshi? I doubt it. I don't think it's going to do that, but it is very likely that it will go to at least 8,000, 12,000 Satoshi, which is a very good price range for, to meet my targets for selling. Okay, moving on to the next one, Cardano. 4% correction since yesterday. It's still at around $1.42. It's not really broken that strong resistance that it has. It needs to go above 150 in order to really take the next leg up. So it is still hovering between its support and resistance levels. Dogecoin is the one that is the biggest surprise of all of them today. 140% in the last 24 hours. Now, this is again following tweets by Elon Musk and everything. So Dogecoin is a pump and dump coin. Don't forget that. I haven't changed my opinion of Dogecoin. This is one of the kind of useless coins. I mean, it has no utility, it has no special breakthrough innovation or anything like that in terms of tech, and it was invented as a joke. And it is really amazing that it's actually in the top 10 cryptocurrencies by market cap. It surpassed Polkadot by market cap right now. I mean, that's not going to be for too long, mark my words. This is just today for 140% gains. In the last week, that amounts to 400% gains. Typically, if you are getting caught up in a FOMO right now and you think of buying Dogecoin, please don't. I mean, I'm not giving you financial advice. As always, this is not financial or investment advice. I'm giving you my opinions based on my personal experience and my research. When you see 100% or 140 in this case percent gains in a matter of 24 hours, that is a selling point. This is not a buying point. So if you're new to cryptocurrencies, you could see this as a signal to buy, meaning, oh, this coin is doing really well, let's go and buy because 140% in the last day. No, this is wrong. This is not when you buy, this is when you sell. So if you're having any Dogecoins and if you're keeping them longer term, you can keep them longer term. But for me, I don't have any, so I'm impartial really. If I had any Dogecoin right now, I would have sold at this price level, because after a pump of 140% in one day, it will definitely correct, and the correction should be something around 40 to 50%, maybe even more, or at least 30%. We're going to see how it goes, but mark my words, this is going to correct, and when it corrects, it will be a big correction because it was a big pump. So it makes sense to take some profits at these price levels. This is quite a heavy pump, and I wouldn't be surprised if it corrects tomorrow even, straight away, or it could pump a little bit longer for another day and then corrects. This is something that we cannot predict, but it will definitely correct. And if I were you, I would sell it at these price levels. I would wait for the correction and reaccumulate at lower price levels, taking some profits in the meantime. So this could be quite a winning strategy. I don't know if you're holding Dogecoin longer term. I don't. Polkadot not doing much, $41 today, pretty much the same as yesterday. Litecoin is the one that is actually doing a bit of a bigger jump, $278 right now. 23% in the last week it gained, which is great for Litecoin. As you know, my price target was 250, and then the next one is 300, and I feel that in the next few days we are going to get there, and then after that we will be challenging the 400 all-time high. But I feel that we will get there, and I feel that we will pass the all-time high. We will set a new all-time high in the next couple of weeks. Now, this is my prediction. I posted that on Twitter as well. If you're following me on Twitter, then you've probably seen my tweet. And even some people disagreed with me. They felt that over the next few days we will be surpassing the all-time high of Litecoin. I don't think so. I think it's going to take it more than just a few days. But definitely by the end of April, beginning of May, we should be seeing Litecoin challenging the all-time high and maybe even surpassing it. And once we start that, I will draw the lines again. I will look at the chart, and we're gonna look deeper into my chart analysis at Litecoin and what can we expect. But for the moment, we are still going towards my price targets, and they're staying the same from my previous video. So if you go and find my video for Litecoin that I did, you will see my price targets in there. Nothing has changed. Okay. Also, a link is at $40, 25% in the last week added link, which is great. So and this is also to do with the news about the link Chainlink 2.0, which we're going to review right now as we go into the news section. Let's go there. Okay, well, before I talk about Link, I want to start with this news here, which is about Bitcoin and the fact that Turkey is now banning Bitcoin. Basically, in the last few months, you saw that Turkish citizens were rushing into cryptocurrencies and Bitcoin in particular because the Turkish lira, the official currency of Turkey, has been devaluating really badly. And we see here 16% in the last month the Turkish lira has depreciated in price. And before that, I mean, ever since last year, basically, this currency has been dropping significantly. In my previous video, I even showed you the chart of the Turkish lira against the US dollar. And for the last year, and even for the last few years, the chart is a steady going down. I should do that, right? Steady going down against the dollar, and of course against Bitcoin even worse. So many people were rushing into cryptocurrencies. One of my top exchanges, Bitpanda, also added the Turkish lira as their base currency for citizens of Turkey to be able to buy Bitcoin directly with their credit debit cards or bank transfers and stuff like that. Well, now the government of Turkey has decided that they will outlaw cryptocurrencies in a kind of a final desperate attempt to force their citizens to stay with the Turkish lira. I try to stay out of politics generally, but basically what I'm seeing with Turkey is a very backward type of a development. You know, everything that this government is doing with this current president is kind of backwards, and it's been going like that for many years now in terms of legislation, even economically. I mean, it's really the Turkish population is getting poorer and poorer every day. I was in Turkey last year and I was shocked at how cheap it is, because I've been in Turkey you know, many years ago, and going back after a gap of more than 10 years, I found that, you know, it is getting actually cheaper, and it really doesn't make sense why it should be like that, and people are getting poorer and poorer, and this is kind of this is the master plan. Keep the population poor so that you can stay in power. It's kind of a dictatorship what's happening with Turkey, and I don't really like it. And what they're doing right now is that they're banning Bitcoin, even though it's very difficult to impose such bans and restrictions. You know, Bitcoin is digital, it's in the online space, so it's not that easy to stop it. You know, the people who are more clever and more daring, they will be using VPNs and other ways to actually bypass these restrictions. But of course, the majority of the population is going to be scared, and right now they are, first of all, they cannot buy Bitcoin anymore because they are scared, and second, many of them are probably selling it because they are scared that at the end of the month, on the 30th of April, is this restrictions are going to come into play, and they're basically saying that all transactions with cryptocurrencies buying or selling will be illegal after the 30th of April. So there's a lot of people rushing now to sell their Bitcoin at the profit without getting, you know, fined or maybe even taken to prison or whatever the penalties will be. So this is why we are actually seeing that Bitcoin is dropping a little bit. Well, not a little, it's actually dropped quite a bit, because it was 64,000 just a couple of days ago. Yesterday went to 62, today went down to 60. So $4,000, I mean, it's not a huge drop, but still it is affecting it. And because Turkey was accumulating Bitcoin in quite big volumes, this is why we are seeing now that it's dropping. But this is going to be temporarily, and it's going to be short term. Don't forget that there are a lot of people that didn't manage to get Bitcoin at the 58 or 55,000 level, and as soon as they saw it at 64,000, they felt, wow, we missed out. Well, now that they see it going down to 60 or 59 if it goes below 60, 59 is going to be a support level, so we're not going to drop below 59. I don't think so. But this is a very good opportunity for these people to scoop some Bitcoin at these lower prices. So I don't really think Bitcoin will be dropping any lower than that. And there's no real technically there's nothing else to really make it go down. So we are definitely already in the next leg up. All right, the next news that I want to comment on is this one here. So basically Chainlink is launching their what they call Chainlink 2.0 protocol, and they're now going into building an off-chain Oracle network. Basically, this is called decentralized Oracle networks, and it's a second layer network that is operating off-chain, meaning that almost all of the data related to the smart contract is stored and computed off-chain before an Oracle makes an input on the blockchain to trigger a smart contract's outcome. For example, if you had a smart contract that is managing trades between Ether and let's say Polkadot, Chainlink 2.0 oracles would be aggregating all of the various exchange data for this trading pair, and it will only feed the on-chain smart contract the exact price when it's needed. That means that it will make it lighter, it will make it actually easier for this data to be uploaded, because it's not going to be all of these different parts of data feed it real time all the time. This will also enable scaling, and it will enable the transmission of the data to be faster. Hybrid smart contracts is also something new, so now we're going to have on-chain and off-chain computing resources that will be built into hybrid smart contracts, and a lot of other additional features that are coming with this upgrade. So this is the news that is actually quite bullish for Chainlink, and this is also why the price of Chainlink was going slightly higher than, it was pumping actually more than some of the other altcoins. This is of course very bullish for me as well, and as you know, Chainlink is in my longer term portfolio, so I'm quite happy to see that there is more development happening with Chainlink, because for a while we didn't actually see anything new coming out of Chainlink, and for a while it was actually sitting at pretty much the same price. It had flatlined for quite some time, so it's good that we have some bullish news as well coming to push the price up just as we need it. Binance BNB is also doing very well. Don't forget that even though today is almost 6% down, BNB is actually above $500 right now. So, with Ethereum still waiting for the upgrades to take place and start reducing their fees and everything else, Binance Smart Chain is pulling a lot of different projects that are starting to be built on it, and is really gaining strength. So I can see a lot of more potential on the upside for BNB. I wouldn't be surprised if we see BNB above $1,000 before the end of this bull market. I'm not going to give you a date or anything like that, but in the next few months I wouldn't be surprised if BNB goes to 700, 800 and possibly challenge $1,000, after which it will be correcting heavily. I don't think that it will stay above $1,000 for a long time. It will probably touch it, and that will be a strong resistance for it, because it's also a strong psychological resistance. So I wouldn't be surprised if we see a lot of selling at that price level. But right now we're definitely going towards the $700 price range, and that should be over the next month or two. So we'll see how it goes. Well, I don't really want to make this video any longer. I just wanted to make this quick update because it's the end of the week. Of course, on Monday, the beginning of next week, we're going to revise the markets again. We're going to look at some of the charts as well. I'm going to do some more technical analysis on Monday, so make sure that you catch this episode. For now, this is everything. This is how we are ending today, and I've got a couple of new projects to present to you. As you saw in my previous videos, I've been giving you some great projects. Really exciting projects, guys. I'm doing my best to do a lot of research right now. That's why I'm also trying to keep these videos short, because in fact my time is right now dedicated to research. I'm researching a few new projects that I will be presenting to you One will be this weekend, and then next week I will be presenting to you another great project. So make sure that you stay tuned for this, and if you're not yet subscribed, hit the subscribe or the follow button depending on which platform you are watching this, and also show your support by leaving a like and a comment below. Don't forget to check all the links in the description box, where you will find the links to all of my top crypto services, including top exchanges, top hardware wallets, where you should be keeping your coins for the longer term. Also bityard exchange, which is one of the exchanges that I'm doing very well right now. They're having some of the lowest fees, and they're also having copy trading function, which I will do an update. I already reviewed it. You can find the video linked in the description, and also it will pop up here right now. If you missed that one, I did tremendously well just copying one trader, and now I started copying some more traders. This is passive way for me to earn while I'm doing all of my manual trading and everything else that I'm doing, all the research and stuff like that. I needed to automate some of my workflow, and I'm very happy with the traders that I'm following, and I will be doing an update soon to show you, my progress and everything. But definitely bityard is one of the exchanges that you should consider having an account with, so you can grab the link in the description box. And also, what else is there? You will find the link to my book. If you're new to cryptocurrencies, you can get a copy of my book. It's called Learn Crypto. It's the ultimate beginner's guide, where I'm explaining what are cryptocurrencies, what is a blockchain, what are the different coins and tokens, the difference between tokens and coins, and which are the ones that you should pay more attention to. All of these things, my personal experience, also my mistakes, I'm sharing with you, so that hopefully you can avoid making these mistakes. So make sure that you grab a copy of that. Well, this is everything. Thanks for staying until the end. I'm signing off, and I'm going to see you tomorrow in the next episode.